Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads, it's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
In the electrifying air of the tournament grounds, Zayn Martel had been unstoppable, claiming victory after victory. Each win brought him closer to the coveted top 10, and now, standing on the cusp, the anticipation was palpable. The crowd buzzed with excitement, a thrumming undercurrent of voices rising and falling in waves. Spectators jostled for a better view, craning their necks to see the competitors who had fought their way to this pivotal moment. The sun hung high in the sky, casting a brilliant glow over the arena, illuminating the tension etched on every face. As the referee stepped forward, the crowd hushed, anticipation hanging heavy in the air. Every eye was fixed on the center of the ring, where the decisive match was about to commence. The referee's voice boomed out, breaking the silence with authority.
In the next round, to choose our top 10 contestants, Stephen of Darkwolf Hall will face off Darian of the Godwill Sect.
The announcement sent ripples of conversation through the audience, the air buzzing with excitement and speculation. People leaned towards each other, eager to share their predictions and insights.
Look, it's Stephen, the Wolf Prince, and he's up against Donovan's brother, Darian. Who do you think will make it into the top 10?
Heads turned and nods were exchanged as murmurs spread through the crowd. The stakes were high, and the match promised to be one of the most thrilling yet.
Both are strong, but it's a shame they're fighting now. Either could make it to the final if they weren't against each other. It feels like we're being robbed of seeing both their full potential later on.
The sentiment resonated with many, who shook their heads in agreement. The excitement was tinged with a sense of loss for what could have been an epic final showdown.
Darian will win. He's already taken down so many from Darkwolf Hall. Stephen doesn't stand a chance. Remember how easily he dispatched the last 5. He's a force of nature.
In the battle ring, Zayn Martel and Darian faced each other, their eyes locked in a fierce stare. The tension was almost palpable, a silent battle of wills playing out before the physical fight even began. Darian's gaze was cold and mocking, a smirk playing on his lips as he sized up his opponent.
I heard you're not a beast, just a human. I thought I'd be facing Owen. This is going to be boring. I was really looking forward to a good fight, but now I'm stuck with you. It's almost insulting.
His words dripped with disdain, each one a calculated jab meant to unnerve and belittle. The crowd watched with bated breath, sensing the brewing storm between the two fighters.
You seem disappointed.
Zayn's voice was steady, his demeanor unshaken by Darian's taunts. He stood firm, a picture of calm resolve in the face of his opponent's arrogance.
Of course I am. Killing humans is dull. I've killed so many already. Beasts are more fun. There's a thrill in it, you know? The way they fight back, it's exhilarating. Humans, on the other hand, they're just too predictable.
Darian laughed, the sound sharp and mocking as he fiddled with his fingers, each movement designed to convey his utter lack of concern. The audience could feel the disdain rolling off him in waves, his superiority complex on full display.
5.
What? What 5?
Darian's brows furrowed in confusion, the sudden change in conversation catching him off guard. The smirk slipped from his face, replaced by a look of puzzlement.
You've killed 5 disciples of Darkwolf Hall in the advancement round. 5 lives, snuffed out like they were nothing. Do you even remember their faces, their names?
Zayn's voice was icy, each word cutting through the air with precision. The crowd fell silent, the weight of his accusation hanging heavy. Darian's initial confusion gave way to another burst of laughter, loud and mocking. But there was a hint of something else in his eyes now, a flicker of unease.
Ha 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 ha! You're hilarious. Only 5? I thought it was at least a dozen. But thanks for the reminder. Soon you'll be another name on my list. It's funny how you remember their numbers. Do you keep a tally? Does it help you sleep at night?
Zayn's expression turned icy, his killing intent clear. His eyes bore into Darian's with a cold intensity, the weight of his resolve palpable. Every fiber of his being was now focused on the opponent before him, a man who had callously ended the lives of 5 of his comrades. The air grew heavier, the atmosphere charged with a deadly anticipation.
All right, since you're so good at counting, I'll let you have 3 moves. If I move an inch, I lose. How does that sound? Generous, right? Let's see if you can make those 3 moves count.
Darian stood confidently in the center of the ring, arms crossed, a smirk playing on his lips. He exuded arrogance, utterly convinced of his own superiority. The crowd watched in a tense silence, fully aware that they were about to witness something extraordinary.
Are you so sure my sword won't kill you?
Zane's voice was steady, unyielding. He took a deep breath, feeling the power coursing through him. He had trained tirelessly for this moment, honing his skills to a razor's edge. The Black Abyss sword in his hand felt like an extension of his will, ready to unleash its deadly force.
Haha, you. Maybe in another lifetime. With your skills, it would take centuries before you could even dream of touching me. But hey, dream big, right?
Darian's laughter rang out, a cruel sound that echoed through the arena. He stood arrogantly in the center, not intending to make the first move. His confidence bordered on contempt, as if he viewed Zane as little more than a minor inconvenience. The crowd held its breath, the tension almost unbearable. They could sense the impending clash, the moment when words would give way to action. Zane's eyes narrowed, his determination hardening into steel.
Since you've offered, I won't refuse.
With a swift motion, Zane drew the Black Abyss sword. The air around him crackled with power, and thunderbolts formed, dancing around his body. The atmosphere was charged with his vital energy, a palpable force that sent shivers down the spine of everyone watching. It was as if the very air had become a conduit for his immense power, humming with lethal intent. The audience gasped as a terrifying sword energy filled the arena. The sheer magnitude of it was awe-inspiring, a testament to Zane's extraordinary abilities. Darian's confidence faltered, his smirk disappearing as he realized the gravity of the situation.
Wait, stop. What is this energy? This isn't normal.
But Zane did not stop. He released his vital energy, the sword humming with lethal intent. The ground trembled, and a massive sword key shot toward Darian. The air itself seemed to split under the force of the attack, a dazzling display of raw power and precision.
Stop! I said stop! You can't do this! This wasn't part of the deal.
Darian's desperate attempts to counter were futile. The overwhelming power of Zane's attack broke through his defenses. The battle ring shook as a massive hole appeared, and Darian was left bloodied and broken, his once arrogant demeanor shattered. He lay in the dust, a pitiful contrast to his former confidence, his body bearing the marks of Zane's unrelenting assault.
Stephen defeated Darian in one move. How is this possible? I've never seen such power.
The crowd erupted in shocked murmurs, the spectators struggling to process what they had just witnessed. Zane approached Darian, each step heavy with purpose, his Black Abyss sword gleaming ominously in his hand. His presence was a harbinger of doom, an unstoppable force bearing down on his fallen opponent.
You can't kill me. I'm the divine disciple of the Godwill sect. My brothers will avenge me. You don't understand the power you're up against.
Unmoved by the threats, Zane continued his approach. Darian's panic grew, desperation in his eyes. He had always believed himself to be invincible, but now faced with the reality of Zane's power, he was consumed by fear.
Fine, you win, I admit.
Before Darian could finish, a vortex sealed his throat, silencing him. His words were cut off, his final plea for mercy left unspoken. The vortex was a manifestation of Zane's control over his energy, a testament to his mastery. His eyes, bloodshot and pleading, turned to his brother Donovan, who watched from the stands with a mix of horror and rage. Donovan's face contorted with emotion, his body tense with the urge to intervene.
Stephen, that's enough. Stop. You've made your point. This has gone far enough.
But Zane did not stop. He lifted his Black Abyss sword high, his voice a cold whisper.
What did you say?
How dare you? If you lay a hand on Darien, I will kill you and everyone you care about. Do you understand? This is your last warning.
Zane's grip tightened on his sword, his gaze unwavering, and then silence fell over the arena. What would Zane do? In Kintyre County, where honor and power intertwine, Zane Martel's resolve was unyielding. The line was clear: no one under any circumstances should threaten his family and friends. It was a principle he lived by, and today that principle was being tested in the most brutal way. The arena, a vast coliseum filled with thousands of spectators, was charged with an electric tension. The sect contest was the pinnacle of martial prowess, a stage where the strongest proved their worth. The Martel family, known for their unyielding spirit and formidable skills, was well represented by Zane. He stood tall, his eyes burning with determination, as the crowd murmured and shifted restlessly in anticipation of the clash.
No, Darien.
Before Donovan could act, Zane's Black Abyss sword gleamed and struck. The sword's glow sliced through the air with a deadly precision, piercing Darien's throat. The entire arena seemed to gasp in unison, shockwaves of disbelief rippling through the crowd. This was not just a duel, it was a statement. Zane's decisive action sent a clear message to all who watched. He was not one to be trifled with. Zane had done the unthinkable. He killed Darien, a son of the powerful Dwayne family and a disciple of the Godwill sect. This act would undoubtedly unleash a storm of vengeance, with Donovan at its eye, burning with rage and intent on revenge. The Godwill sect was feared and respected across the land, their influence vast and their retribution swift. Zane knew that this battle was far from over. It was just the beginning of a much larger conflict.
Larry, this is serious. You just killed Darien. His brother Donovan won't let this slide. The Godwill sect will come after you with everything they've got.
Donovan, trembling with fury, his eyes blazing with an uncontrollable fire, released his vital energy. The space around him seemed to distort under the weight of his anger, as if reality itself was bending to his will. His reputation as a formidable fighter was well earned, and his rage now fueled his power to terrifying levels.
Larry Shaw, I want you dead. How dare you kill my brother right in front of me? You'll pay for this with your life.
Unrestrained, Donovan lunged forward, his sky-flipping palm radiating blinding light as he aimed to strike Zane down. But Zane was ready. He countered with his Thunderbolt fist, a move that met Donovan's attack head-on. The force of their clash was immense, a testament to their strength and determination. The clash of their attacks sent 1,000 airwaves rippling outward, scattering sand and gravel in all directions. The sheer force knocked nearby spectators off their feet. Both combatants were pushed back, meters apart, the air thick with tension and the crowd buzzing with anticipation. The arena was a chaotic swirl of energy, each ripple a reminder of the power these warriors wielded. The audience, captivated and horrified, watched with bated breath, knowing that this was just a taste of the battles to come.
Did Larry just resist Donovan's attack? That's unbelievable.
Maybe we've underestimated Larry. He could be the dark horse here, the one to watch out for.
The crowd buzzed with astonishment. Even the other top contestants, Owen Brooks, Nikki, and Penny Waltman, were taken aback by the intensity of the confrontation. Owen, known for his calm demeanor, looked visibly perturbed. Nikki, usually confident, had a hint of doubt in his eyes. Penny, the analytical one, couldn't hide her surprise.
Larry's skills match Donovan's. This is unexpected. Could he really be the one to challenge the Godwill sect's dominance?
The audience's reaction was a mix of disbelief and excitement. Murmurs of, "Did you see that?" and "Unbelievable" echoed throughout the arena. As the dust settled, the tension in the air grew thicker. The spectators knew they were witnessing something extraordinary, something that could shift the power dynamics within the sect contest. A new figure emerged from the shadows, an elder of the Godwill sect, his golden robe marking his high rank. The air around him crackled with the power of the expert level, a force to be reckoned with. His presence alone commanded respect and fear, the very ground seeming to tremble under his weight.
Larry Shaw, you've crossed the line. Killing a disciple of the Godwill sect is unforgivable. You will pay dearly for this transgression.
The elder's willpower was overwhelming, pressing down on Zane with a weight that felt like an entire mountain. Zane struggled to stand under the immense force, his body shaking with the effort. The pressure was suffocating, every breath the challenge.
Expert level. This is intense.
Sweat poured from Zane as he fought back, using every ounce of his willpower to resist. The atmosphere grew electric as another presence made itself known. Klain rose from the audience, his aura powerful and unyielding. The crowd fell silent, recognizing the confrontation between two titans of immense power.
Interfering in the younger generation's affairs, are we? How typical of the Godwill sect. You think you can intimidate and control everything.
Oh. Klain's willpower clashed with the elders. The two forces pressing against each other with such intensity that the very air seemed to shimmer and warp. The arena was filled with a palpable energy, the clash of wills visible in the very atmosphere.
I'll kill your family, your friends, everyone you care about. You'll beg for death, Larry Shaw. You will regret ever crossing paths with me and the Godwill sect.
Donovan's words dripped with venom as he took his brother's body and left the ring. The elders, sensing the futility of further confrontation, withdrew their willpower. The crowd, silenced by the intensity, held their breath, the tension palpable. The air was thick with the unspoken promise of revenge, and the audience knew they had only seen the beginning.
We'll see who kills who. This isn't over, Donovan.
With that, Zane stepped off the stage, the crowd watching in stunned silence. His performance had shattered their expectations, leaving them in awe and disbelief. He walked with a confidence that defied the dire circumstances, his resolve unbroken. The top 10 contestants of the sect contest were revealed, each a formidable fighter in their own right. Yet all eyes were on the inevitable clash between Zane and Donovan. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation and excitement. The tension in the arena was almost tangible, the stakes higher than ever before.
First battle, Owen Brooks of Darkwolf Hall versus Penny Waltman of the Tan sect.
Owen and Penny faced off. Both towering and muscular, their strengths legendary and their reputations formidable. The crowd watched with eager anticipation, knowing this battle would set the tone for the final confrontations. The energy in the arena was electric, the air charged with excitement and fear.
Owen will win. He's unstoppable. He's knocked down all his opponents in seconds so far.
As the two warriors prepared for battle, the tension in the air was palpable. The crowd watched with bated breath, eager to see who would prevail in this high-stakes confrontation. And so, the stage was set, the warriors ready, each clash a step closer to the ultimate truth. The echoes of the past and the shadows of the future intertwined, leading to one inevitable question: who would emerge victorious? The final battles would determine more than just the champion. They would shape the future of the sect and all who followed its path. The arena buzzed with tension. Penny Waltman, towering and formidable, stood like an unmovable mountain. His perfectly sculpted muscles rippled with barely contained power. Opposite him, Owen Brooks, equally imposing, exuded a fierce strength. The air crackled with anticipation as the two warriors sized each other up, their eyes locked in a silent challenge. The crowd, holding its breath, could feel the immense power radiating from both fighters. It was as if two ancient titans had come to life, ready to clash in an epic showdown. Penny, known for his indomitable strength and iron will, was a sight to behold. His body lines were almost perfect, every muscle defined and coiled like a spring ready to unleash devastating power. He had trained relentlessly for this moment, his heart pounding with the excitement of finally facing an opponent worthy of his full strength. On the other hand, Owen, a member of the formidable Tiger Clan, was not to be underestimated. His robust physique and fierce determination were a testament to his lineage. The Tiger Clan was renowned for their raw power and unmatched combat skills, and Owen was a prime example of their might. His eyes, now fixed on Penny, burned with a silent promise of a fierce battle ahead.
Owen, I've always wanted to see who's stronger. Today, we'll finally settle this.
We'll find out soon enough, Penny. Don't hold back.
With a thunderous roar, both giants lunged forward. The ground beneath them shattered as they launched themselves into the air. They clashed like meteors, their collision resonating with a deafening thud. The entire arena seemed to vibrate with their power, the impact sending shockwaves through the crowd. Spectators were on the edge of their seats, eyes wide with anticipation and awe. Fists met with explosive force, shaking the very ground. The crowd watched in awe as the combatants moved faster, each blow more powerful than the last. In a blur of motion, they traded over 30 furious blows in mere seconds, neither giving an inch. The sound of their strikes echoed through the arena, a symphony of power and precision. Penny's laughter rang out, filled with exhilaration. He had never felt more alive. His blood singing with the thrill of the fight. Each punch he threw was met with equal force, the clash of their strength creating sparks in the air.
This is what I'm talking about. Show me everything you've got. Owen, Tiandao shield.
A brilliant earthen yellow light erupted from Penny Waltman's body, forming a massive, ancient-looking shield. The shield, covered in mysterious runes, seemed as heavy as a mountain. It radiated an aura of unyielding strength, shimmering in the arena's harsh lights. Owen's fist pounded against it, each strike sending sparks flying. The clash between Owen's brute force and Penny's mystical shield created a spectacle that held the audience spellbound. The shield, infused with the power of Earth, felt like an unbreakable barrier, a testament to Penny's incredible control and strength. It was as if the very essence of the Earth had solidified in his hands.
Tiando shield, press down.
The shield pressed down on Owen, slowing his movements. Despite the relentless barrage of punches, Penny's expression grew impatient. The earthen light from his shield grew brighter, pushing down with the weight of a mountain. And yet, Owen held his ground, muscles straining against the immense pressure. Penny could feel Owen's resistance, but he wanted more. He wanted to see the true extent of his opponent's power, to push Owen beyond his limits.
Is that all you've got? Show me your true power, Owen. Don't disappoint me.
Penny's voice echoed through the arena, a mix of frustration and anticipation. He had hoped for a challenge that would test his limits, and Owen had yet to reveal his full strength.
You want to see my power? Watch and learn, Penny. This is only the beginning.
A thick black smoke enveloped Owen. The smoke swirled around him, growing denser and darker. Within seconds, his body transformed, muscles bulging and his form expanding. His features twisted into something more primal, more ferocious. He became a half-human, half-tiger beast, eyes glowing scarlet, his presence even more intimidating than before. The transformation was awe-inspiring. The chaotic black smoke swirling around him like a storm, his muscles bulging with newfound strength. His fur, dark as midnight, absorbed the light, giving him an ominous, shadowy appearance. The crowd gasped, their fear palpable. This was no ordinary battle. It was a clash of titans, each bringing their full might to bear. The tension in the arena was electric, the anticipation building as they awaited the next move in this epic confrontation. The stage was set for a battle that would be remembered for ages, each moment more intense than the last.
The Bloody Moon Devil Tiger. I thought they were extinct.
The whispers spread like wildfire through the crowd. The legend of the Bloody Moon Devil Tiger had been one of fear and awe, and seeing it manifest in Owen sent chills down their spines. Standing 4 meters tall, Owen's black fur gleamed under the lights. He radiated a terrifying aura, making the spectators shudder. His eyes, glowing with a malevolent red light, scanned the arena, locking onto Penny with a predatory intensity.
Devil Tiger Blade.
Sharp claws extended from Owen's palms, surrounded by crackling black energy. The energy pulsed and flickered like dark flames, giving his claws an otherworldly menace. With a roar that echoed like thunder, he slashed at Penny's shield.
Bring it on, Owen. I won't back down.
The clash of metal echoed as Penny met the attack head-on. The impact was tremendous, the force of Owen's strike causing shockwaves that rippled through the arena. The ground quaked beneath their feet as they exchanged blows, the arena filled with a dazzling display of black and yellow light. The power of their clash was palpable, each strike resonating with raw, unfiltered strength.
Amazing, such power.
The stalemate broke as Penny's Qingdao shield began to crack, then shattered with a resounding crash. Owen's Devil Tiger blade struck him down, sending him flying across the arena. He landed hard, skidding across the ground and coughing up blood. The sheer force of the impact left a deep crater where Penny had landed.
I lost. You're stronger than I imagined, Owen. Haven't even shown your full strength, have you?
Penny's voice, though weakened, carried a tone of respect and acknowledgement. He had faced a worthy opponent and found himself wanting. Owen reverted to his human form, towering and victorious. The transformation back was almost as awe-inspiring as the initial change, the black smoke dissipating to reveal the formidable warrior beneath. The crowd erupted in cheers, still reeling from the intense battle. Among them, Zane Martel watched with keen interest, his mind turning over the possibilities.
If I could transform like that, my power would reach new heights. I must find a way.
As Zane contemplated, another fight began. Scarlet stepped into the ring, facing a skilled opponent from the Godwill sect. The audience held their breath, eager for the next display of incredible power. Scarlet, with her mastery of fire, proved unstoppable. Despite her opponent's impressive machete skills, she emerged victorious, further cementing her reputation. The battles raged on, each more thrilling than the last, but in the midst of the chaos, one question lingered in everyone's mind. What other hidden powers lay dormant, waiting to be unleashed? And who would rise to claim ultimate victory?